What was that?
I.
Button stand, there you go, and then take your hat
And then
off.
someone can read my beautiful, it actually makes sense if you know.
Well, put your foot down, like move your chair back. Stand nice
There
and
we go.
straight, okay, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. Page 49. Talking about pronouns. Just when you thought you knew everything you needed to know about pronouns, you're wrong. There's more. There's more.
I know that.
So you know the personal pronouns, he, she, it, they, them, all of those. But now we're going to talk about indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns. So indefinite means the opposite of definite. Okay, so not definite. So it's not specific, basically. Okay, I need you to stop working on that. Look at this list on page 49. We're just going to read this list. Okay, just read each column. Ready, read. All, another, any, anybody, anyone, anything, anywhere, both, each, either, everybody, everyone, everything, everywhere, few, many, more, most, much, neither, none, one, other, others, nobody, no one, nothing, nowhere, own, several, some, somebody, someone, something, somewhere.
Somewhere.
Good.
You did it, yeah.
So basically they're vague, right? It's not specific. It's not a pronoun for a specific person or thing. They're vague. That is the list of indefinite pronouns. Hey, Miles. Come on in. We're on page 49. All right. And then we're going to talk about demonstrative pronouns. It might sound like I say monster, but it's more, think of
It's a
demonstrate.
D monster.
Think of
Nice.
demonstrate, right? If you go to a science lab and they're doing an experiment and they might demonstrate, the teacher might demonstrate, this is what happens when you mix this chemical with this chemical and, you know,
I've never,
something, right? Damn, everybody thought,
Dude,
yeah,
I've never been there, but
Okay.
I've never been to one, but I've been there myself.
So think
I
of
think-
demonstrating, you're showing something, right? You're showing how to do something. So the words for demonstrative pronouns are only those four. It's this, that, these, and those. So you take this and you mix it with that and you put it over there with those. And so that'll help you.
And it makes
these.
And it makes a monster.
So that'll help you remember demonstrative pronouns. Think of a scientist giving him a demonstration using this and that and these and those. Okay. So
This, that, these.
no
those.
matter what kind of pronoun it is, if it's personal, which is he, she, those, or what is the other one? It is indefinite or demonstrative. It doesn't matter. You're still going to label them with PR on all of them. So look at the example in the middle of the page. Many had nowhere to go. That was tragic. So you
Wait,
got,
many had nowhere to go. That was.
it's a very vague, sentences there. They're not super clear. Hey, Simeon. We're on page 49 in grammar. Okay. Then it says, think about it. Because I noticed that word many, but anyway, it says down here, many words can be used as different parts of speech. However, a word can only perform one part of speech at a time. The indefinite and demonstrative pronouns function as pronouns when they take the place of a noun. However, these same words function as adjectives when they come before a noun. So it depends on where it is in the sentence is how it functions, okay? So look how it's used as a pronoun. Many had nowhere to go. That's a pronoun. Many had nowhere to go. We don't know who the many is. Could be kids, it could be dogs, it could be birds.
Hopefully it's kids.
It's
Children.
adults, I mean, I don't know.
Hopefully it was children or people.
So many had nowhere to go. And then look at the next one. Here it is as an adjective. Many families had nowhere to go.
What type of things?
Many families. Yeah, what type of families? Which ones?
Many children.
All right. And then the pronoun that was tragic. That's used as a pronoun. That was tragic. It's referring to something before, right? That. And then the adjective here, that arrow hit the target. So what kind of arrow? It was that arrow. Or which arrow was it? It was that. that arrow, so that's an adjective. Or there's the that clause too, just to make it even more confusing for you. That clause, Robin knew that the poor families needed help. That's a that clause. And remember, okay, I have a question for you. Think it for a second about phrases and clauses. There's a difference. Who remembers the difference? One of them has something and one of them does not.
Spelled different, no, for subject.
Yes, which one has a subject verb pair?
Clause.
You'll be fine. You nailed it. Good job. So clauses have subject verb pairs. Phrases do not. Just a side note, like phrases like, you know, prepositional phrases and things like that. Okay. Good job. Any questions about that page? Okay, let's turn the page. More on the back. Homophones, the prefix homo means same. Okay, Owen. The prefix homo means same and phone means sound. So these are words that have the same sound, but they're spelled differently and they have different meanings. We're gonna talk about the words there, and there. Those are three different words. They sound exactly the same. There. So look at the first one, it says THERE. If you struggle with spelling like me, I struggle with spelling. I tell you guys that all the time. What helps me remember is if I take off the T, I see here on THERE, right? So that one means like over there or here. That's how I remember how to spell that one. If you're wanting to use it as in over there,
I was there.
THERE.
Over there.
It's an adverb pointing to a place over there. There is the spot. And then THEIR is a possessive pronoun. Their arrows, the arrows belong to them. And then, of course, the THEY apostrophe RE, that is the contraction. They are, exactly. So they're angry, they are angry. Hold on, don't turn yet. Look at the example sentence. They're gonna do it wrong on purpose just for you people. because
Why?
it's
Love when they
so
do
fun,
that.
right?
So fun.
They're gonna do it wrong. You have to just draw a line through it and then write it the correct
There's
way.
already lines to it.
Well, this example, yes, but on your practice pages, the archers raised their bows to shoot the target over there. So they wrote it wrong on purpose. You just draw a line through, then put it the correct way.
Yeah, I finished.
Now you can go. Nico, can you read the sentence for us today, please?
Others who were strong and good-hearted have lost their farms because the greedy king wanted their lands.
Good, you tripped on there because it's the wrong one, right? Let's fix that really quick because that's bugging me. What kind of there should we have?
THEIR.
Yes, THEIR, so just draw a line through it. And same for their lands, it should be THEIR, so they messed up on both of those just for you. Their farm, their lands, so this one should.
Oh, the long one.
No, they're both THEIR.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fix both of them. And then the word, the vocabulary word is greedy. Go ahead, Nico.
Definition of my sister.
Like selfish.
I'm gonna pretend like I didn't hear that.
Like you selfish over something.
You guys remember King Midas? Didn't we do that story
Yeah.
last year? King Midas? I think that's what it was called. Anyway, without using any family members, who can explain what greedy means?
Like selfish almost.
Yeah, selfish.
Want
If-
something that isn't theirs.
Well, let's say you already have like, what's a
Just
good
want more.
example?
Money.
Say
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have a bunch of money,
a farm. You want.
like King Midas, you know, and then you want more. Like you can't stand it. Like you have to have more. You cannot live without more.
Like
That's
what I do with candy.
Yeah.
I don't even know, man. All right, check by vocabulary and then one article, there's only one. Do you guys see it? Which one is it?
Yeah.
It's
the right.
the
The right.
three nouns. Ethier, where are the three nouns?
King.
King,
Lambs, farms.
king, lands and farms. Good. And one pronoun, Simeon. Do you see where the pronoun is? It's one of those.
Is it there?
No, it's an indefinite one. So it's kind of one of those from the list that we just read. Were you not in here?
No.
Logan? Oh, okay, I'll come back to you then. Who else? Lexi.
I could have.
Which one? Yeah.
Others.
Others. Is that what you guys were gonna say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. No.
How about the adjectives, Simeon?
Greedy.
Good, greedy. And then there's two others that describe the others.
There.
No,
Good heart.
good-hearted is one. There's one before that too. That describes the others.
Strong.
Yes, good, strong. It sounds like an alien movie.
Wait, are there
The-
five or
And
four
were,
adjectives?
and were, unless we're.
Wait, are there 5 or 4 adjectives?
Fine.
Oh, I have one, two. Oh, yeah, you're right. If you said there, you were right.
Which they,
I said no,
which they are.
both of them.
Oh,
What?
well, what?
Their farms, it's like whose farms are they? They're theirs, their farms?
Mhm.
Their lands, so those
I
are
erased
adjectives.
both
I
of
messed
them.
up on
I
that.
erased both of them because.
Coordinated.
Good job,
conjunction.
Simeon. I'm the one that messed up on that. I'm gonna just go
Is it
around the
more?
room, actually, so Miles, what about the coordinating conjunction?
And.
Good, and, that was easy. How about the who, which clause, Ellie?
Who is strong and good-hearted?
Who were strong and good-hearted, good. W/W for that. Adverb clause, Lexi.
Oh, no, I have to do that.
Because the greedy king wanted them.
Yes, good. That's the
Because
dot
clause
B,
as well.
remember www.asia.b.
It's also. a
because?
clause, But it's.
Well, it's not though, because, well, I guess it is.
Because.
technically. Technically it is, but it's also an adverb clause, it's both.
What is it?
It's both.
Because, yeah, it's AC,
I don't-
because the greedy king wanted their lands.
I'm
Who
also.
knows what all the adverb, what are the words that the adverb clause begins
Most
with?
of them might
You
be
remember?
because-
Nico, what are they?
What well with accents of although because-
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Do you guys know that yet?
Yeah.
John, everybody in the front row?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know it, I
know.
can't say that
You
fast.
sit in the back row, you've all
I
done it
know it,
before.
I just, I,
Can you do it that fast? That was quick.
I said not that fast, I can do it, but not that fast.
Do you know them? You know them?
Not really.
Tell us what they are.
They had a farm.
Oh yeah, you got it, totally got it. How about, okay, try.
I'm not saying.
No.
You guys should catch up to the rest of the people in here. They all.
I'm focusing on different things.
Oh,
I focus on.
that's
different
okay. We'll
things.
come to that. We'll come to that. Okay.
You do.
How about subject verb pairs? So verbs.
We don't do those things that aren't my other thing.
You still need to
And
do
we're
them in
going to
here.
move it
No,
back, though.
you need to do them in
We're gonna
here,
move it back.
John.
I know.
John, you're doing it.
Go ahead,
Once.
Nora. Yes, you're doing it.
If I
Verbs.
see it, I know that it is.
It's either gonna be a helping verb or a linking verb or an action verb. There's only 4 total. I'll give you that clue.
Word.
Thanks.
Now you do the rest, Nora. You got this. What are we doing?
Yeah,
Verbs.
whatever.
Verbs.
Wanted.
Wanted.
Want,
Wanted.
Were strong, good-hearted.
whatever, just like.
Lost.
No, you do the. Wanted had lost,
There's a lot of them, I got all.
There's 4. It's were and had and want, lost and wanted. There's 4.
What?
Yes, I had.
Subjects, Owen, what are the
Wait, hold on,
subjects? There are 3 subjects.
the opener? Or
So
the
what is,
subject?
yeah, but there's subjects in the sentence.
I can do subject.
Yeah, let her do.
All right, you do subjects.
Other,
Others, yes,
let's see.
in the who
King.
clause. King is one, and then inside the who clause.
Who?
Yes. Who or which is usually
Wait, what
the
are they?
subject.
Uh,
Who or others,
who?
who,
and-
and king. Those are the subjects.
I can do subject.
Okay, I did not know that. Okay.
Don't have me do verbs.
John, what about the opener? What kind of an opener is it?
Yes, you skipped
Be
me.
quiet. It's,
Because you
it's,
did the verbs.
it's this one, but it's, I think 2. The first one.
Are you guessing?
It's a
No,
pronoun.
It's a subject.
It's preposition.
Yeah.
that is not.
Subject.
It's not, it doesn't
It's
start
not a
with
prepositional opener.
prepositional phrase. It's a pronoun, but that's
Is
the
it a two?
subject. It's a one
Nico?
subject.
One, okay, I don't know this.
Yes,
Is this a number 1? It's a number 1.
I don't know these.
in your face.
Darwin.
Subject opener, number one. Capital, you need to fix others should be capitalized. What about the comma? Who wants to tell me about the comma? Ellie,
After strong.
after strong, take it out, right?
Yeah.
Because you're only listing two adjectives. Yes,
Okay,
good.
that.
End mark period, and we already fixed the homophones, so. We are done. All right, get out your books next
Which book?
for history,
We have a lot of books.
history books.
They're not history. It's called writing.
Well, it's history and writing together. The shot heard round the world. I think I graded most of yours. Some of yours I didn't see yet. I don't know. Yeah.
I think you
I
did.
did. Did you look at it?
Did you?
Okay. You know what? Okay, here's the thing. I was late for a little bit there because I've been campaigning with my husband trying to, we hope he wins. Hope he wins. But anyway.
So
Thank
did
you.
my grandparents.
Yay.
So did my grandparents.
Thank you, thank you.
He
So
was
I've
just
been,
guessing. My grandpa was just guessing, like, we
you
were
don't
like,
have to tell me that part, but I'm just.
we were like,
It's okay.
who'd you vote for? Cicerino's.
Cicerino's. Whatever. Anyway, thank you for that. But I've been, what was that? Oh, calm down, man.
I was laughing.
Wow.
You've got some issues.
I like rattled the whole table back. Okay, we need to calm down. So if I might not have graded some of your past homework yet, I'm working on that. I really want you to turn in your homework by midnight, the night before. Because what I do is get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm grading papers. So if yours isn't there, Maybe so if you turn it in like after midnight on Sunday night, it's not gonna be graded for today.
Does anyone in here
That's
stay
fine.
up till past midnight?
11.
I just picked
have.
midnight because everybody,
I have.
yeah, see, there are people.
I have.
I used to make the deadline 5 o'clock and they're like, why do you make it 5 o'clock? We don't do our homework until like 10 o'clock. And so I said,
I know, right?
"Fine, midnight."
Oh, my parents made me go to bed.
Yeah, that's a
No,
good
I
thing.
don't fall asleep till
But still, it's a good thing to go to bed early. Yes.
Where? Are we
I
doing?
didn't do it until this morning because I was helping out with my sister because her due date is like tomorrow.
Is this are you an uncle like already or will this
No,
be?
She hasn't had the baby yet, but it's like.
You're gonna be an uncle?
Sentences.
Uncle
Oh,
Ethan?
cool.
So
That's really
we're helping
cool.
her with her house.
Okay.
Here in Bakersfield.
It's okay.
for her baby.
But I'm just letting you know, if you don't turn in by midnight, it's not gonna be graded by class, but I will grade it eventually, but it might take me a little bit to get to it.
Uncle Ethan.
I'm just saying, I'll get to it, I promise. Okay,
Uncle Simon.
what are we doing? What are we doing? Can I read your paper to the class? Sweet.
What about
She
mine?
said yes. I'm reading.
You can read mine.
Can you read mine?
Don't read my.
Don't.
I'm gonna read, I would like to read Lexi's
Oh, you're reading.
and Miles.
Wait,
I'm picking my two for today.
Please don't ever-
Would that be okay with you, Miles, if I read yours too? Okay.
I have.
Not today, because we only have time for two. I really liked, well, I liked everybody's. I'm not gonna say I didn't like everybody's. I just like sharing these because these are pretty good.
I should read if she likes it or not.
Probably.
Well, I mean, it's not that I don't like it. I do like
You
it.
don't like.
I'm only picking
I
two,
dare
so
you.
I'm gonna switch around. I'm gonna pick different people. This is Lexi's. Her title is The Beginning of the Revolutionary War. In 1775, there was a man named John, and she didn't change the character, and that's fine because she wasn't here last week, so she didn't realize that was part of the assignment, but it's okay because I like that you still added details to it. John lived in Massachusetts, which was near Lexington, with his wife Sarah and his two young sons. George Washington was ruling at this time and sent soldiers into the American towns. What did I say? Whoa, I did?
Yeah. How dare you?
Okay, King George.
King George.
Sometimes I'm like thinking of something else and stuff comes out and it's like, I don't even know. I don't even know. Okay, anyway. King George was ruling at this time and had sent soldiers into the American towns. One day, John grumpily trudged home, burst through the door and exclaimed, Adams and Hancock are right. We need to store up arms to protect ourselves because those blasted redcoats are everywhere. John was now helping the Minutemen who were gathering arms, destined for war. Then one night in April, John heard a loud voice outside his door. John looked out his window and saw Paul Revere, who was anxiously yelling, "The regulars are coming out! Hurry, John!" Because of this, John quickly woke his wife and told her, "I'm going to Lexington. We need to stop the redcoats from reaching our arms." Then John immediately grabbed what he needed and left. John, who just reached Lexington Green, was greatly surprised with what he saw. There were no less than 70 Minutemen already there waiting for the redcoats. John was very anxious because when the redcoats arrived, it would compel the men into action. They had been waiting for hours, and the sun was coming up with the British troops when the British troops finally arrived. Seeing the British soldiers appalled, John, mostly because there were about 700 of them marching into Lexington. Before anyone could act, Captain John Parker ordered the Minutemen should not fire unless fired upon. John's heart was pounding. He knew that they would persevere. He knew that they would persevere even though they were outnumbered. Suddenly, a shot rang out, and another, and it stopped. 8 Minutemen were dead. When it stopped, 8 Minutemen were dead. The redcoats began marching to Concord, but on the North Bridge, were more Minutemen waiting to fight. The Minutemen were able to drive the British troops back to Boston, and this was the beginning of the Revolutionary War. Nice job. Let's clap for her. Come on, give it up, give it up. Very nice. Miles.
If we have extra time, can you read?
If we have extra time, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Back to Boston. It was 1775, and Jonathan Eggett, Eggett, is that from something?
Yeah, Dylan and my older brothers would, every time they play, they made up the character.
Oh,
They fight each other to see who would get to beat him. So,
Eggett,
Eggett.
Eggett, 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 Eggett.
Eggett.
Or like it's got an E.
Yeah. Eggett.
Eggett, like egg.
Yeah.
It.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's
Got it, Eggett. Okay. Jonathan Eggett was a 17-year-old blacksmith and good-natured young man who lived in Massachusetts. King George, not George Washington, sent soldiers into the American towns because of the continual uprisings. One day, Jonathan Eggett came home to his parents quite appalled. "We need to store up arms to protect ourselves," he informed his parents. So instead of his wife, he's talking to his parents. Soon after that, Jonathan Eggett quickly joined the Minutemen. His job was to store up arms for the destined war. Then, one April night, Jonathan Eggett heard Paul Revere's loud voice warning, "The regulars are coming out." Because John Eggett's job was to store up arms, he needed to get there as fast as he could. When Jonathan Eggett reached Lexington Green, he was on Shadowfax, which was his steed.
That's fun.
Shadowfax?
Yes.
That's a cool name. Which was his horse, basically, his steed. 70 other Minutemen had already arrived. As he and the other Minutemen anxiously waited, they knew that no matter what happens, they would have to persevere. Finally, early in the morning, 700 armed British soldiers arrived. "Do not fire unless fired upon," Captain John Parker ordered the Minutemen. "But if they mean to have a war, let it begin here." "Disperse, ye rebels," yelled the British officer, but the Minutemen did not budge, which made the British even more angry. Jonathan Eggett prayed that the soldiers would back off. Then there was a shot, and another, and then there were more shots. When the shooting ceased, 8 Minutemen had died. Then more Minutemen arrived at the North Bridge, eagerly ready to fight. The Minutemen were compelled to drive the British back to Boston, where they knew a revelation would soon begin. That's good. Clap for everybody. Clap for Miles. Give it up for Miles. And I think yours was from a different perspective too, right? Can I read yours really quick too? What? I know, I'll read another one later, I promise. Ay, I'm getting in trouble. I don't want to give it away. I know. Well, it reminded me of hers. It reminded me of hers because it took me a minute. It was 1775 in Massachusetts. The title is The Battle for Independence. The year my life would change forever. So she's writing in first person here. Let me introduce myself. I'm Old Bob. Although my joints are stiff and my knees are creaky from years of working relentlessly for my master, I am as tough as the barn I sleep in. So at first I was like, okay, what's going on here? And then Master John has been upset lately. He tells me it's because those blasted redcoats are everywhere. He decided to store up arms to protect him and his wife, Sarah, who makes the best pies, and to also join the Minutemen who were storing up arms in case war breaks out. It was a bitter April night when my ears heard the sounds of clopping hooves. Then I realized it was my buddy Fred.
Ready.
And then I was like, hold on a second, something's happening here. His master was Paul Revere. Suddenly, Revere started yelling, the regulars are coming. Are you getting what's happening here? Who's Old Bob?
A horse.
A horse, but she's writing from his perspective. I thought that was pretty creative, right? So she's writing as Old Bob, who's the horse. And so his buddy, wait, where's the buddy's name again? Fred is another horse, right? Okay, and that's Paul Revere's horse, but the horses are buddies. Okay. Master John leapt out of bed, snatched his musket, and hopped on my back. By the time I reached Lexington, there were about 70 other Minutemen who were pacing nervously. As me and my master waited, knowing this was destined to happen, the sun gradually rose. I really like how you made that picture. All of a sudden, sounds of marching were heard, and 700 British troops arrived. Do not fire unless fired upon, commanded Captain John Parker, knowing we were compelled to drive away the ones who had appalled my poor master. Disperse ye rebels, spat a British officer. Without warning, a shot rang out. Then more shots pelted the Minutemen. Bullets whizzed in all directions. By the time the shooting had stopped, 8 Minutemen were dead. Thankfully, no bullets hit me. More Minutemen were ready to fight, so we opened fire and drove those red coats back to where they came from. It was quite a sight. Because we had persevered, we had won this battle. The war for independence had begun. Nice. Anyway, I know you guys all had great stories, and hopefully at the end of class, we'll have time to read yours too, but it's hard because, they're all so good. All right, so we're gonna turn to page,
Benjamin Franklin.
oh,
Page
yeah, we're
Benjamin
turning to page 82 first. So go to page 82.
Oh,
And
on topic.
I just want to talk to you really quick about the MLA format.
They
Some of
already
you-
did the.
Some of you are really great with that, and some of you are still trying to figure it out. There is a video I made on how to do it.
I've seen it like 5 minutes.
I finished my
Yes.
paragraph.
I don't even know.
It's important that you choose the correct font, because Times New Roman, yes, Times New Roman 12. That's right. Okay. And then some of you are forgetting your dress up words. Okay, so really quick, I know I had you go to 82, but go back to 79 really quick. That's your checklist. Hold on, I want to explain this really quick. Your checklist is how I grade your homework. Most of you know that from being in my class before, but those of you who are new, if you miss anything on here, I take off points for that. The good news is I give you a chance to fix it. So if I took off points, if you got like a 9 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10, don't worry, you can fix it and still get a 10 out of 10. My homework that I assigned you is always worth 10 points, okay? And I will always give you, yes, I will always give you a chance to get all 10 points. But if you didn't get 10, there's some stuff you need to fix, and it's probably from this list. So make sure that you have your title when you're done with your paper has to follow the title rule. Look at the second box down. Repeats 1 to 3 words from final sentence. So you have to wait till you're done with your final sentence and then pick one of those words or 2 or 3 to put in your title. Each paragraph contains at least 4 sentences. Some of you had short paragraphs. You had 3, so make sure you have 4. And then look at the understyle. This is really important. You should have ly adverb, who, which clause, strong verb, and because clause. So you should have 4 words in each paragraph underlined. Got it? Got that? Okay. I know you guys in the back, you know, because I was like, you forgot to underline a dress up word. And you're like, okay, fine. And you got it.
Probably did.
But you guys got it down because you've been with me. These, huh?
We're supposed to underline them? Did you put VLC in? Oh,
No, I'm talking about dress ups. You guys. No, you're right. VOC next to the vocabulary word, but these are your dress ups. You guys know that, right? Underline your dress ups. I'm not saying that you forgot them, but it's possible, all right?
I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
You guys remember now, like the who, which clause, you don't have to underline the whole clause. You're just gonna underline the word who or
Yeah.
which, okay? And then, your band words. A couple of you used the word go and went and things like that.
I
So
make sure I didn't.
don't use any band words.
Pretty sure I
That,
did.
and I'll tell you, I'm like, I'm taking off a point for that because we use that word. The vocabulary instructions are there, but it says in the margin, but I want you to put it after the word,
Wait, what are the points for?
like
After or before?
after.
They're just great.
Yes, after the word.
It says before.
You haven't read my notes yet. It's on there.
It's right here. So
Even wrote
it says right VOC
It says
after
after.
the word.
No, on here, did I say it in the instructions?
Yeah, you said it before.
Hold on. Let me check.
I had after.
Now you're making me wonder. Hold on, hold on. Hold on.
Mine says after. Mine says after.
It said, okay, it says after. It says, mark each vocabulary word with a VOC after the word, not before the word, after the word. Just telling you, okay. The instructions on your checklist, though, to be fair, are different, but I want you to go with what I want, not what this says.
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. I just did what everything said.
Any questions about the old checklist that you guys already did? Because this is how I grade your stuff, so you gotta make sure you understand what you need to do here.
Right, GL.
By the way, really quick, the vocabulary words that I want you to include go with the lesson. I don't expect you to use all the vocabulary words from the beginning of time, no. Just the ones that go with the lesson.
Now we have to use.
Now go to 82.
Yay, 82 is my favorite.
82. I want you on page 82.
What topic?
The reading with once what I'm behind, I just started getting.
Oh,
Finished last week.
that's okay. You'll, whenever you get it finished, I just don't know when I'll be able to grade it, but I will eventually. At the very top of your page, I'm gonna have you guys take some notes. Just at the very, like that blank space.
Can I get a sticky note?
You can get a sticky note if you need a sticky note, that's fine. I want you to write, you're gonna have to write kind of small if you're writing on your page. Or a sticky note if you have one.
Yeah, sticky note.
Use your scissors.
I don't have one. I'm just joking. I do.
We are talking about summarizing a reference.
Wait, why do we have to take notes?
Because that's, sometimes I have you do that. You need to remember it.
We'll be number.
Smart. Just write. You don't need to talk. I do have a question for the back table, though. Do you remember how we talked about that prefix sum and how it reminded us of math and how when you add numbers together, the total is the sum?
I like that.
And I never liked how they spelled that.
That was when the whiteboard was here, right?
Yes. So, and then we draw a little arrow down and what is, how should we spell sum? You remember how we did that?
SOM.
In the back table, you can say it in the back table. SOME, that's right. Is that what you were gonna say, Owen?
No.
Yes. Yes. And then circle that word sum. Okay, so what you guys are doing is you're looking at a reference. By the way, this means wherever you're getting your information, it could be a book, could be a website, could be an article. Ours is your book, which is an article in the book. We're gonna talk about Benjamin Franklin. But when you're summarizing a reference, you're not telling all of the information. You're only gonna tell some of the information. So some of the stuff you're not gonna have in your paper. So remember this, if you have room, if you need to draw it in another spot on your page, that's fine. This is a funnel. You guys remember the funnel analogy? A funnel is used like when somebody's changing the oil in your car and they're pouring it from a big jug into a small opening. You have to have a funnel, otherwise it's gonna go everywhere.
Or you just
All
have
over
to
your
be
clothes.
very skillful.
It's hard with a big jug because it goes glug glug and it's like,
Still, you have to be
Easier.
very skillful.
You're very skillful.
hold on, let's hear
I was
it.
in the grandma with my car,
Yeah,
heading back to our house because I was like to go over with them and stuff.
okay.
And she was getting gas, and she sat in the car for a little bit, and she went back out, and the oil and the gas was spilling on the ground. I was like, "Why does it smell like gas?" And I looked out the window, and I'm like, "Grandma."
Oh my gosh.
It's happening.
That's happening.
Nobody light a match right now. Oh my goodness.
Our thing was leaking, and they were like,
Oh
they're like, yeah, we need to fix this or your car's gonna die.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna been driving this for 3
Oh my
months like
gosh.
this.
But you've probably seen, maybe your mom used one of these for cooking or somebody in your family where
Yes.
they're pouring.
We have a ton of them.
Oil.
So let's pretend, let's just put the number 20 inside the wide part of the funnel. But for our papers, you're only gonna need 7. That's why we're using the funnel
Wait, why
because.
does the 20 fit into the skinny part? It doesn't. Oh my god.
Oh, well, yeah, you gotta make the top wider than the skinny part, cause that's the point, right? We have 20 facts, but we only need to have 10, or no, sorry, 7, not 10, 7.
Yes.
How do you decide what facts to choose?
Choose all of them.
No, that's not, we're doing some. How do you pick, if you have 20 and you only can pick 7? Do you remember?
I like doing.
Keyword. Use the keyword.
Important, look for important facts.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yes. You might have to, I don't know where you're gonna squeeze this in your paper, but you find a spot, okay? And what was the third, you remember the third one?
Interesting.
Relevant.
Indubitably.
I like that word.
The one he said.
That's in one of the Schoolhouse Rock songs. Is that how you know it?
No, I don't think so.
I've never.
Schoolhouse Rock?
Yeah, my mom wants it.
Now I have to play that for you, but anyway. Put a star by interesting. That's the one I want you to focus on because if you think it's interesting, your readers are probably gonna think it's interesting too. And it's way more fun to write about stuff that's interesting to you. Yeah, exactly my point. All right, so now, looking at page 82.
82.
We just talked about this basically summarizing a reference. Skip down to where it says topic sentence right here. The topic sentence tells what the paragraph is going to be about or what it is about. For this reason, it is the first sentence of the paragraph. You already know that. Every paragraph should have one clear topic. When you write the KWO, ask yourself, what will the paragraph be about? As you answer, write 2 or 3 keywords in the Roman numeral line. Okay, who remembers the topic clincher rule? The back row should know it, all of you back there.
It's something like
The
the
top,
topic.
the top
sentence has to.
Do it with me.
Oh wait, can I
the
try?
top clincher sentence.
The topic sentence
And the clincher
and the
sentence
clincher sentence
must
must.
repeat or reflect 2 or 3 words.
Yes, okay, I saw you guys all do it back there, that's good. Okay, so now we all have to do it, so take that off, please. Everybody put your hands like this, everybody. This
Somebody's
is-
calling you. Somebody's calling.
Somebody's
you.
calling
Somebody's
you.
calling you.
I'm not gonna answer that.
Why?
We do this with our hand because it's the first sentence of the
First
paragraph,
sentence.
okay? And then when we move it down here, this is the last sentence of the paragraph.
Which is the best.
Each,
Of the story got.
not of the story. Nico, stop that.
Nico.
The first sentence and the last sentence of each paragraph. Okay, so go like this and say the topic sentence and the clencher sentence. You gotta go down for the clencher. Must, right.
Must die.
Do your fingers like this, okay? Repeat or reflect. Repeat or reflect. Let me pause there. What does repeat mean?
Say it.
Same word,
Over again.
same exact word.
John.
What's reflect?
Like, kind of, it's
Similar.
Similar.
Like, it's
So-
the same thing that like said.
Yes, or like for the word hot, what would be a reflection of hot?
Cold.
Heat, not cold, that's the opposite.
Fire.
Fire, scorching,
Campfire.
blazing,
Forest fire.
burning, okay, all of those
Forest
things.
fire.
Okay, so you get the idea. Okay, so do this part again, say repeat or reflect 2 or 3 key words. This is like you're turning the key to the car. Key words. Do it one more time. Ready to go. The topic sentence and the clencher sentence must repeat or reflect 2 or 3 key words. Okay, so that's each paragraph. That's in your checklist now to do the topic clenchers.
Wait, I have a question. Why did they
Topic clenchers.
do the topic sentence for us in our paragraph?
Well, because you're new to it.
I love how.
You're new to it.
I'm new to it.
Okay, well, they think you're new to it. I'll just- All right, that one's easy. Okay, now. The facts are all the things that support the topic sentence. All those things support the topic sentence. And then, of course, the clencher is what ties it all together in a nice pretty bow. I always think of music when I think of topic clencher. If you listen to music, think about it next time you listen to a song. Seriously. Because it'll start with a certain instrument or a certain word or a certain style, right? And then as you go through the song might change tempo, it might change, like add a bunch in the middle, and then it kind of comes back to
Yeah,
what
I
it
have to-
sounds like at the beginning,
I
right?
have to listen to that for music.
There you go. It's like
My
music theory.
lessons, yeah.
Mhm.
Wait, what is it?
It, different songs. So you'll notice that though, sometimes they start out a little quieter or slower, and then it changes, and then it comes back to that at the end. So that's what I always think of. Because
I can play.
your brain, did you know this? Your brain likes that. It feels like it's complete when it hears that. So that's why we have the topic clencher in writing too. Right, Nico?
I don't read,
Yeah.
so I.
He's like, yeah.
All right, let's go to page 83. Sample paragraph. The following paragraph is a short report about Benjamin Franklin, who's, do you guys know about this guy, Benjamin?
Yeah.
Benjamin
No,
Franklin?
I've
He
never
was
heard
a
of it.
president.
I have.
No?
No, he made the first light bulb. He
He
made
was
the
not the president.
he made the first light bulb.
Yeah, well, yes, he discovered electricity, yes. Okay, the following paragraph is a short report about Benjamin Franklin. Of course, there's too much information about this man to be placed in one single paragraph. Therefore, the author has chosen a specific topic about Benjamin Franklin to write about. Notice in the paragraph the bold words.
Oh yeah, that's the
Franklin, what are those?
The thingies that.
The thingies.
Topic and clencher sentence.
Not the thingies.
The topic
thingies.
and clencher
The topic and clincher words, right? Those key words we're looking for. Okay. Benjamin Franklin, does anybody want to read this paragraph, by the
No.
way?
Wait, the paragraph is right here.
It's different than that paragraph.
Oh, wait.
All right, I'll read it. Benjamin Franklin is known as America's first great inventor. So we see Franklin and great and inventor highlighted, or not highlighted, bolded. He labored diligently, notice these dress up words that they've underlined in here, to improve life in the colonies. For example, he designed a stove to help colonists stay warm in the winter. It produced twice as much heat with less wood than other stoves of his day. This stove remains in use today because it is so efficient. It is called a Franklin stove, of course. Franklin is also famous for his experiments with lightning. After discovering that lightning was electricity, he invented the lightning rod to keep buildings safe during thunderstorms.
So is Nikola Tesla.
He also invented bifocal glasses, which help people see better both near and far. Franklin indeed is remembered as an exemplary inventor. So notice Franklin, exemplary, and inventor are bolded. They match. So we got Franklin, that's repeat. Great and exemplary, that is reflect. Inventor, that's repeat. Okay, so that's what I want you to notice. This is how I want your paragraph. You guys are only writing one paragraph this week.
Yeah.
So I want to see those topic clinchers in there though,
He
because
wants
that's
to know
part
if
of
you can
it.
write it.
He wants to write it.
The answer is no.
You can, well, read this. Can
No.
I write it in Latin? Can I write it in Latin?
No, English only. Okay, page 84. Page 84. This is our actual text. Okay, this probably has like 12, 15 different facts in it, but you're only gonna need 7. Well, I was just an example, but it could have 20 facts. I didn't count them all, so
You
it's
should.
fine.
You know, it should be 100.
All right, let's read it. Shh, you guys follow along. Shh. Oh, by the way, somebody already pointed out, Owen, that they already picked your topic for you on, let's open your book to 85.
Topic.
What does it say as the topic here?
Oh, BS signed for American
Benjamin Franklin
documents.
signed all for American documents.
BF, which is who?
Benjamin Franklin.
Signed for America's documents. So we're gonna find out what 4 documents did he
Can
sign
I go to finish?
and what happened, yes.
He
Around-
signed the Free Nation, the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, okay, here. It says decide the topic of your paragraph. For this lesson, the topic has been given to you. And noted in the keywords on the Roman numeral line, the top line of the KWO. Reread this source and text and find 5 to 7 facts to support the topic. You will have to leave some facts out. You are summarizing. Summarizing.
Very,
Okay,
very funny.
I know.
Must.
So with your pencil, I want you to underline facts that support that about how he signed 4 American documents. So we need to make sure to include what those 4 documents are. So underline as I read, okay? Facts that are supporting the 4 American documents that he signed. Okay, it's called Benjamin Franklin and Our Freedom Documents. Every American probably knows something about Benjamin Franklin. However, few probably know one of the most interesting things about him. It is the fact that he is the only man who signed all 4 documents that helped America become a free nation. That's an interesting fact. He's the only man who signed all 4 documents. First, in 1776, the year we've been waiting for, you guys, he signed the Declaration of Independence. So you'll want to include that. We're underlining facts that support the 4 documents that Benjamin Franklin signed. So far we decided, only man who signed, and you don't have to underline the whole sentence, just underline the fact. That's okay.
I'm not underlining.
Well, at least this is a reason. That's
I
fine.
know which one it is though.
Sign the Declaration of Independence. Okay, in this document, Americans proclaimed themselves free from British rule. It was considered treason by the king, so Franklin risked his life by signing it. That's an interesting fact. That supports how he signed it.
Okay, risk life by signing.
Of course, Britain did not recognize the Declaration, so America fought the Revolutionary War.
Do not recognize British.
Well, that's an interesting fact, but it doesn't support what he signed.
Well, then I'm going to do this
What?
then. It works though. It works.
Just think about, you're only gonna need to pick about 7 things to support what he
Okay,
signed.
so far we have 3.
Okay,
Um.
um, during this war, America needed help from France. Whom do you think they sent to obtain it? Yes, Benjamin Franklin sailed to France to ask for their help. The French people loved Franklin. In Paris, he was able to obtain and sign the Treaty of Alliance with France. So
Treaty of
you'll read
Paris.
that.
Go the Treaty of Paris, guys. It's not Treaty of.
Well, maybe that's the original name of it, the Treaty of Alliance with France. In this treaty, France promised to send soldiers and supplies to help America. America would not have won the war without it.
Oh, kind.
At the end of the war, Franklin was chosen as America's representative again, this time to return to France to sign the Treaty of Paris. There you go,
okay.
the Treaty of Paris of 1783. This is the treaty that made peace with Britain. Finally, in 1787, at the age of 81, Franklin was the oldest member of the Continental Congress to sign the Constitution of the United States of America. This document established a new government for the new independent country. Woohoo! That's
How was
us.
he not a president?
Yeah, I know. You should have been, huh? Benjamin Franklin's name remains on all four of America's freedom documents.
Oh, I got some, good enough.
So you probably want to have the name of the document he signed and then a little bit about that document.
Yeah.
That would work for those facts that you.
Is it fine if you do more than 7?
Yeah, I think you have, well, no, it's only giving you 7 lines.
I have 6.
I have 7.
You can. Lexi's reminding us that it is, you can combine. Did you hear that, John? If you, on one line, if you want to combine.
Of independence.
I highlighted over half of this.
I would say yes, because it is the name of the document. I'm okay with that.
What?
I only have 6.
Okay, so Nico, hold on. Nico asked, is the Declaration of Independence one word on the,
Can I do DOI?
you can. If that helps you, yes. Okay, I see some of you starting. I'm gonna give you just a few minutes to work on that, but then we have to do our vocabulary words at the end, so.
Nobody wants.
Oh, I have a question to read this.
Yes.
What, do we have next one off? Because
Oh.
down.
You know what? I need to check that.
And
You're out.
there's Thanksgiving weekend. Do you have that on?
Okay, let me check that.
Well, we don't.
Thanksgiving week we have off for sure.
Okay,
Oh,
I won't be
we'll
here
be
next
out.
week either way because we're gonna be. great
Okay.
watching.
I think that, let me double check before I say anything, because I don't wanna tell you the wrong thing.
Read it.
Okay, shh, it should be quiet in here. You guys should start working on putting your facts down on your outline while I look this up.
It's called having fun.
I like an X shape.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. How are you gonna
Okay.
One, two.
Did you say the Declaration of Independence is counted as one word?
Yes, because it's the name of the document. So all of those documents are counted as one word. Next Monday is Veterans Day and we do not have class next Monday, so.
Weeks this week.
So
This week.
So do we still have to do like homework and stuff?
yeah, I'm gonna send you some homework to do while you're, because you have the rest of the week you're working on stuff, so. I'll let you know what you'll do for homework.
I'm doing school on Mondays.
You are,
I'm not.
I'm homeschooled. so.
yeah.
I don't have
It's less work
snow
for my
days.
mom, she'll take that.
Oh, actually,
She'll take that.
do you know how Cindy? I run away in the snow.
Finish whatever word you're working on right now.
I don't know how to do this on my own.
I can help you. I can
So,
help you. Copy me.
only man who signed 4 documents, so you can put like, only man. All 4, and the number 4, and then like docs.
I only
I
did
did- this
only
is what
man
I did.
signed a doc.
I did first.
1776.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do it that way. Well, the first man?
Yeah.
Actually, he's the only, so that helps you remember only. Only man signed,
BFFs.
and then you could do like the number 4.
Wait, I forget
Oh.
how to write sign. It's right here.
SIGNED.
That is our first sentence, so the top of the sentence, we have to do that. Or that's what it wants us
So
to do.
the topic sentence is that sentence, oh, I see, because it's already written out
Yeah.
there, huh?
I'm already at number 5.
Okay, hold on, let me point that out because I missed that myself. So is this pen or pencil? Okay, so I messed up. So just draw a line through it. Don't scribble it. Just draw a line through it. All those words. Sorry, that's my.
I'm writing
fault.
Declaration of Independence in cursive.
Listen, guys, so if you underlined that fact that he was the only man to sign all 4 documents, if you notice, that's what the topic is for that paragraph. So it's
Oops.
already there.
That's fine.
So if you wrote it a second time, put a line through it and pick a different fact for that part because you don't want to write it twice because your first sentence is going to be Roman numeral 1. You guys understand that? Okay.
Wait, there is a trick to erase this. I just need.
You'll have to do it later because we need to move on to our vocabulary words real quick. Finish up the word you're on and then let's look at your vocabulary words next.
Depends, okay.
It's
I don't, I actually just, I don't need to use this because I don't have to do 6 or 7. Doesn't say. So I'm just, I'll figure it out while I'm here.
This is probably
Figure
not
it out.
the thing.
Figure it out, but I want you to have at least 6 total sentences though. You should have at least 6 sentences.
This is my favorite lesson.
See, this is how you erase it. See, it's erasing.
What are we doing?
No, it's not. Yes, it is.
See, it says you don't have to have it.
So vocab.
Go to your vocabulary words for lesson
do I go?
9.
Oh, yeah, I
Oh,
have
wait.
it in this folder.
Where's?
I don't know why, but.
Lesson 9, we're gonna review the vocabulary really quick.
Imagine resolve.
I think I forgot.
What?
I think I.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right.
You can share, maybe Nora, she can finish too.
Can I go first?
Yes, okay, we're moving on to vocabulary, so pause on your keyword outline. You didn't cut them out yet?
I already did. Number 9. wasn't it?
You want
Yeah, I did.
scissors?
Okay, No. they don't need scissors. I'm glad everybody, almost everybody got. Try to come out before you come to class, okay?
I can give them scissors.
I will.
All right, Owen, pick a word, tell us what the definition and use it in the sentence,
Acknowledge.
okay?
So, to admit, to be real or true. The king would not acknowledge the Declaration of Independence.
Interesting.
What's it? Lesson 9.
Acknowledge. The king would not acknowledge the Declaration of Independence. And George, I guess it was.
I thought acknowledgement to consider.
Teacher.
There could be a little bit of a different definition of it, like to acknowledge someone that came in the room to say, oh, thank you for coming, but if you don't acknowledge them,
You're being.
it's like
you're
you're
being rude.
ignoring them,
You're
yeah.
being
You're being rude.
Okay,
Being
do you
rude
wanna tell us a
something.
word?
Sure.
Okay, hold on, was there another question back there? Yes, Ether?
I actually put the lesson 8 ones in my paragraph instead of the lesson 9.
Ah, that's okay. Well, wait, no, lesson 9 is for this week.
Oh, that's
Okay.
8, you did it right, you did it right, okay, Nora.
Diligently, with much care or effort. Franklin diligently worked on the Treaty of Paris.
Nice, good, who else wants to do vocabulary? Miles,
Resolve.
good,
Make a firm decision or to set, make firm decision to settle or to find a solution.
good,
Franklin, resolved to seek the aid of the French. It was important to resolve the issue that faced the nation.
nice, good, so they're giving you 2 examples.
Yes, draft
There's one more,
is
John.
Draft, okay. Draft. Okay, to write the first form of something. Verb. What does this mean?
So it means
It's saying that it's a verb and like describing it that way.
it can either be a verb or a noun.
Or not,
Yeah.
okay.
drawing.
As a verb, it's to write the first form of something.
A drawing, a sketch, or a design. Thomas Jefferson drafted the Declaration of Independence.
Good.
Few edits were made to his original draft.
Yeah, so it can be used as a verb or a noun, depending on how it is. All right, did we do them all? Yeah. Diligently, okay, good.
Diligently.
But, don't forget your checklist, make sure you follow that, that's how I grade your stuff.
And we don't.
And then I won't see you next Monday, but I will see you then Monday after that, so look for the homework for next week.
Okay, I would tell my mom.
Watch for that,
I tell Mom there's no class.
no class on Mondays.
Who wants, you wanna read my paragraph?
Oh, yeah, and I was gonna